Hello, 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 everyone. This is Ellen Campbell with Campbell's Creations, and today I am continuing the work on my poster stamp, and I have cross-cut my strips here, and I have them in a little plastic shoebox, but it's full, and I will continue to make my blocks. I have to check and make sure my strip is long enough. Okay, this one about one short. So I look in my strap bin with all my little straps. Thank God I don't throw them away. I don't dare throw them away. And just go ahead and add on to it before I begin to sew it down. Hello. Hi, Betty Harris. How you doing? So glad you could join me today. I just sewed right there. Okay, I'm going to cut it in the yellow. I still save my little scraps. I'm just making them now so they'll come out long enough and the trimming won't be that bad. I'm still sewing the 1/4 of an inch. And give me a minute here. I need my stylo. Oh, hello, Beverly. She said, hello, Ellen and everyone. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Good to see y'all join me today. I need my stylos. I probably had to rip something. Here it is. It's under here. When I'm using the stylos, I don't really need this in here out. Ugh. I don't even have the strength in my hand to pull it out. Y'all excuse me for doing that, but I had to get it done. Hello, James. How you doing? I'm good. He said, hello, Miss Ellen. I'm glad to see y'all join me today. I'm working on the poster stamp, and my goal is to go and try to finish this up. I went on and made all my strip sets I need for the complete quilt. So when I'm through sewing, I'm done. I'm gonna put it together. I'm glad I'm feeling a little better today. I'm able to do this. Feeling a lot better from last time. Ooh-wee. Hello. Okay, y'all. Hi, Miss Sheila. How you doing? Good to see you. James says, I've been better. My BP yesterday was 139/96 over 100. What? Oh my goodness, that is high, James. Betty Harris said, you doing a very good job. I got to start on my quilt. Thank you, Miss Betty. James, you got to get some rest. If you can, on occasionally find you a dark room. Go into that dark room. They say that dark room will help relieve some of your stress too. We want you to continue to be around so we can sew together and maybe one day even meet to say hello. I guess I could sew this to the end because it's not going to go all the way down. I'm going to sew it and trim off of it. This piece here. My machine didn't want to sew. Had so much fabric length and stuff caught up in it. I had to take it apart. These machines, you have to take care of them, but if you don't, they're not going to sew for you. I don't know. Ooh. Who is this? Miss Sheila says, I'm back on the Amtrak train today, and I don't have my headphones with me, so I can't listen. Oh, that's okay. Maybe you could catch the replay after you off the tracks. James said, my Facebook and Messenger got hacked on Saturday and have been under a lot of stress lately. I'm sorry you got hacked, James. Mine's have been getting hacked as well. So is nobody prone to that at all. That's under the Facebook accounts. They get in your messenger, especially if you open that email, somebody be hacking your page and send you that email talking about guess who died. And it seems like somebody you know is telling you to guess who died. No, don't open that. If you get a guess who died, don't open it. Once you open it, they have access to your phone. Any apps you have on your phone, they have access to it because something happened with Cash App. They sent me a letter saying that an employee downloaded their system when they wasn't supposed to do that. And so I guess they didn't get paid what they want to get paid, so they've been hacking folks' account, trying to purchase stuff using your account, and the charges try to go through your account, but if you ain't got your account locked up, they'll take your money. So I just told Cash App, I just won't be using your system for a while. I'm like, for a long while. I even post a letter on my Facebook page to share with other people. Because how they gonna do something and not tell the folks? They could at least send us a letter way before we knew we was being hacked. They stealing money. They took like $40 from my niece. So, and they've been trying to charge my account for $700, for $400, for $150 some dollars, and $109. I'm like, they ain't playing. They want hundreds. They want big money. James said, it wasn't my email. They wanted my phone number. Wow. See, you must use your phone number probably for certain passcodes and stuff. They didn't ask me for none of that. They just took over my stuff automatically. So I went in and changed. I went through Facebook. I logged everybody out of my account that wasn't me. I logged them out, and then I changed my password. I went over to my Cash App and I changed its password. You have to change them passwords. They'll hack you in a minute. Then try to take your account and make it look like you talking to folks and make it look like Some people would put porn on your website. After they done hack you and put that stuff up there, you be like, why would they do something? They mean, I'm telling you, they mean. I'm talking, but I have to check to make sure I'm not starting with the wrong end. And to make sure it go for enough, I have to add on to the strip. Ooh, I got notifications. Y'all excuse me, I got to exit these notifications out of here. When I first started doing this, I thought it was a little hard because I had to do my sewing and talk and manage my notifications that cover my messages. Every time I do a postal stamp, y'all, you know I have to tell y'all, I think about my mom. It's just bittersweet. And I have to watch this 1/4 inch seam allowance because I don't have my 1/4 inch foot on today. I'm doing it by sight from my machine. It has a marking on it. I started using the foot because someone had made a comment that they didn't think I was using a 1/4 inch seam. And I'm like, yes, I'm using 1/4 inch seam. Sometime when you're using these 1/4 inch seams, if you're just starting off or it's new to you, it's gonna be a little hard for you, a little difficult, but you have to continue to practice it. Continue to sew and practice it till you can just eyeball it from the foot of your sewing machine. Okay, green, right side down, and I can add to this bottom. Well, let's add from the other end. I cut my strips by hand this time, y'all. I didn't use my AkA quilt system. Even though I love that thing. I love my AkA quilt system. Am I missing comments? Miss Betty Harris says, I got a message from you saying, guess who died? I didn't open it. Please don't open it. It was not me. Peace, love, and quilting. Say hi, Ellen. Hi, peace, love, and quilting. So glad you can join us today. Beverly says some people have nothing better to do but cause other headaches. They sure do. Courtney, I'm glad you can. Hi, Courtney. James speaking. Okay. Peace, love, and quilting. Hi, Beverly. I make a new quilt design. Now I have 23 quilt designs. Oh, James, you better start putting one together so we can see it. Just do it one at a time. Do the pattern, get it going, start with one, and once you get that one out there, you can move to the next one. Beverly says, don't forget to give Ellen a thumbs up. Please don't forget. It helps me to know that what y'all like that I do, what I'm doing that y'all like most. Okay. I'm going to put a few more strips on this block. Let me count my strips. Okay, this just a 15 strip here. I'm going to have to go back and count and see how many I was putting together on these other blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I put 21 together. I'm doing them in fives. I might have to change that around, but right now I'm doing them in fives. Ooh. Let me check. I don't want to oversee someone's message. Miss Betty said, it must be cold where you are. You have a long sleeve too. Yes, it is. It sure is. And I went outside. When I went outside, I got on my little cat ears hat. It's cold out there. I mean, it was snowing. It started snowing. One morning I woke up, it was snowing, snow on the ground. And I'm thinking that was Monday morning. I woke up, it was snow on the ground. And it just threw me for a loop. I said, oh my goodness, this weather is more bipolar than anything I ever see. James said, right now, all I have to use to communicate besides text message is YouTube and Instagram. Oh, I'm so sorry, James. You might have to take your phone in since you can't use your phone. See what they did. If you have opened one of those messages, they done took control of your phone. And you have to probably take it into your phone company and see can they debug it or something. Because if you open one of them messages, they got control over everything. You have to know how to go into your phone and delete certain stuff. Just delete a whole lot of stuff. James said, Miss Ellen, my mom is going to try and help write all the patterns for me. That's awesome, James. That is good news. Hi, Colleen. How you doing? She said, hello, Miss Ellen. I'm on phone. Oh, we ain't going to talk about that. Okay. Good you lurking around. Beverly said, okay, everyone is speaking. Okay. I ain't want to miss nobody comment while I'm sitting over here just in slap happy land. When I'm sewing, I'm happy. I'll just sit here all day and every day if somebody didn't. I don't get tired doing this. I tell everybody this is my go-to. I ain't gonna sit no idle. Idle man's get in trouble. Okay, to get that to lay down, I lift it up. Let it back down. I use this stylus to keep from sewing up my finger. And it works. It helps me to line up my fabrics. It helps me to stay on that 1/4 inch seam allowance line. Because I don't know if you know it, they very sharp. And I have been thinking about excuse me. I'm gonna do a paint over epoxy on mine. I feel like the epoxy will save it to last longer. Just do a thin coat. It won't take much. Let it dry. I probably need to order me some more. I have to be able to have at least 2 or 3 sewing stations, even if they're not in the same room. Still have to have it. I think that was 15. Put right sides together. Add on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to check my messages in a minute. Just trying to get this add-on piece here. That thread cutter helps me save a lot of thread too. It's just when I begin to sew, I have more notifications. Okay. James says, I'm actually thinking instead of just doing like cards with the patterns and design on it, I'm thinking about maybe making my own books. Oh my goodness. And they just buy the whole book. That sounds nice. Especially if you're going to have someone to do a pattern for you and you take pictures and get, I guess you call them professional pictures taken of the finished, complete item. That sounds nice. Very interesting. I like to see people achieve, do things, see their dreams come true. That is awesome. I was telling my daughter how proud I am of her. She received a letter and sent me a copy that she's graduating business school. And she third in the class to graduate on the above 3.5 average, grade point average. I said, you did awesome. I'm proud of you. You accomplished part of your dream. The rest of it just time for it to fall in line. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you, Jesus. My sinus is still a little rough, but I'm doing all right. I woke up feeling a little bad this morning, but I thank God I ain't feeling bad right now. This is a nice size block. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I got a long way to get to 21, don't I? Let's see. That was pink I stopped on. So I put green down next. That's what give me the different color effects. Y'all can see that? The pink, green, pink, green, pink, green. Alternate them. And before I sew it down, I have to make sure it's long enough. I always come out at least close to 1 block short, but this one look like it gonna be good. I'd rather put this piece of metal under there. The metal versus my hand. Let it go for the metal. I need my hand. I was looking for to see did anybody turn in their referrals for the subscribers, and I've been checking my email. I was gonna do the drawing on the 15th, and nobody turned in anything. And I was like, oh my God, I'm surprised. So I say maybe I have to try this again another time, because I'm going to save the prizes. They going to be for a good reason, a good cause. If y'all can see behind me, I'm preparing all my fabric for when I go back downstairs, when the basement gets straightened out. I want to, I'm using a plan to store it in file cabinets. And they are kind of big file cabinets where I can store my books at the top. If all go well, store my books at the top, and the top drawer will slide out and come towards me so I can choose what book I want to do a block from or do a project from. Then I was thinking I need to go get me some paint. But I thought about, I can't go buy no paint today. I got to do my video, my live. I need to take I have things in my car I need to take to the storage. I've been trying to keep it close to me because I might need it, like my sander, my drill, my paint brushes, even the epoxy is in my car. I have to, it's a minivan, so y'all can imagine. I got it in there. That was green. I have to put pink up. I have some notification too blocking y'all messages from me. I mean, every time I go live, they be just popping up. Quilt is what? Oh man, I ain't know she was gonna be live. Catch up on my messages. I thank God you're not feeling bad right now too. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Colleen. What we can do. I know you do, Miss Ellen. Thank you, Colleen. She said, I'm sorry I've been sharing when the mood, but I don't ask for proof. Just want them to subscribe to you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I thank you. I need all the help I can to get to those 1,000 subscribers. I really do. That did not sew. Get that up out of there. I'm just moving forward with my plans, that's all. Y'all know I'm always talking about a school bus. I haven't let that dream die. Matter of fact, it's not going to ever die. Because the next thing, when I move out of this house, I'm moving on a school bus. I saw a big van. I probably could have got a big van, but I don't want no van. A van too small. I'd rather have the school bus. I got plenty of room on that school bus where I can just, let me check my Bible. I can convert. I can have a table that converts into a stool. You can just make it have two duties. I sometimes put this in here. Ugh. I have to push on it to make sure it clicks, but if it's already in place, it's good. Yeah, it's in place. It's lined up. I keep that little latch open until it lines up. But if it don't stay open till it lines up, I have to push on it to make sure it clicks, make that click noise. So I forgot how many rows I got on here, y'all. It's sewing. I'm gonna have to do some practicing on some things myself. I almost said mitering corners, but I can miter the corners. It's when you're putting on the bindings of a quilt, that's the mitering I'm having an issue with. Hi, L. James. I'm glad you could join us. How you doing? James mod means moderator, yes. L. James says, good afternoon, Miss Ellen. Glad to see you today. Before I step back out to the continue to run my errands, you're looking good. Thank you. It's cold outside here. It's cold outside here too. So thankful to be blessed. Take care. Thank you. You take care too, L Times. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. Colleen said, yes, I did, James. Oh, she talking to James. Sorry. Okay. I don't want to miss anyone's message, so I'll be trying to check. All right. Trying to stay on this 1/4-inch seam allowance. I just practice it. If I'm sitting at home on a sew and be like, nah, I want my stuff to come out right, I'm going to sit right here and practice till I get that seam allowance. Seam allowance is so important in quilting and ironing. Don't forget to iron. You got to press them out. Or should I say it? Most of the time, I just set the hot iron on top of it. I don't iron it like I'm ironing clothes. And I've been learning where you can just take a book. When you set the iron on it, get it pressed down all over, you can lay that book on top and it's going to hold the heat under there and continue to press your fabric so it's going to be straight. I mean, that's good. Nice little trick too. I didn't think it'll work until I tried it. I don't have the oh wait, this is fine. What that thing is, the clapper. I don't have a clapper, so I use a book or something. And a book worked just fine. I was shocked when a book worked. All right. I'm sewing with these seams pointing up, and they trying to flip on me. Well, that one might got me right there. I'm sorry. I'm going to check my messages in a minute. James says, please give a thumbs up for Miss Ellen. She's amazing and such a kind spirit. Oh, thank you, James. Y'all, please give me a thumbs up. It will help support my channel. And if y'all also have any ideas or something, I like sharing, experimenting, doing ideas. Just, if I'm able to do it, I love to do it. I like sewing. I like piecing quilts. I started off, did I tell y'all when I went to school, I started off making clothes. I wanted to learn how to make clothes so bad, and I took it 2 years of high school. And I made some outfits that I had to wear back to school. I made a dress, and I liked the design of that dress, and I made it. I made that dress with some terry cloth. It was so comfortable. I wore that dress till I couldn't wear it anymore. I was so happy with my dress. A lot of people was kind of ashamed of their dress. I'm like, but you picked these colors. You picked the fabric too. How you gonna be ashamed of your own dress? I didn't get it. I be telling folks, I try to encourage other people. Tell them, look, don't quit on you. Don't quit on your own self. Whatever choice you make are your choices. Like your choices. Appreciate what you have did for yourself. Your accomplishment is your accomplishment, not mine. I can like them and I can appreciate them and I can say, wow, you really did that thing. But they are your accomplishment. I be telling my girls, don't be afraid to achieve. When I was coming up, I was afraid to achieve. James said, peace, love, and quilting. Okay. Let y'all. I used to be afraid of a lot of stuff. If I wasn't afraid, if I had somebody that was encouraging me, I would have probably accomplished a lot of things. But I didn't have that encouragement like that. My mother did what she could to help. And the things she didn't know, I couldn't make her know anything. So I had to study. I had to practice. And I used to tell my girls when they was growing up, I tell them, look, I don't know everything. I can help you with that I know of. And all that other stuff that I don't know, you're going to have to investigate it, find out. Yes, Lord. I have a grandson named I ain't gonna say his name, but I have a grandson that wanna be a scientist when he get grown. And I purchased a what you call that thing? Magnifier thing, and gave to him. And he was like, Grandma, what this for? What do this do? He knew what it was. I said, you know what? I got this for you to play with around the house. He said, play with? Like what? I said, like go out there and get you some of that grass. Look at the cells of the grass so you can see the different shapes and sizes of the cells and different stuff. And he was like, what? You can do that? I said, you sure can. I wanted to do it, but I wasn't able to have one of those when I was coming up. Oh, thank you, Colleen. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. I'm running my mouth. I want to make sure I don't go over 21. So we got 3. Oh, one more script. So this is the last one. The last one to put on here. I've been trying to make them a little longer so they all come out. This edge won't be so raggedy like it is up in here. Now, I could go back and rip that with the seam ripper and put one in there, but I still got to square it up. It's still going to get cut off. So I just go on to the next one. I haven't really decided on how I'm going to put these blocks together completely. I wanted to just put it together so it'll be a poster stamp all over the bed, the whole quilt. I didn't sash it. I don't want to sash it with anything, but I might wind up having to sash it. That's the parts that get me. I don't want to sash it. And y'all know this is 4 yards of the green, 4 yards of the pink, 4 yards of the gold. Trying to keep them lined up on top of one another. I don't want to pull them. Pulling them can create a tension spot. It'd be kind of tight in the quilt. And I don't want that either. Just trying to line it up. Man. Okay. Just checking my messages. I don't want to miss anybody. Comment. If I miss y'all comment, I am so very sorry. This is a friendly channel here. Everyone has the opportunity to say what they want to say, in good speech. Or should I say good language, no bad language. All right. All right. Got that last one on here. I have those over there stacked in 5. So this will be the first one for this one. I have 4 more to go. So I'm just going to fold it for now. Oh, y'all see it's big, right? And it's a, it's 21 to 2, 3, 4. It's about 24 inches wide and about 21 inches in width. So these some big blocks. 24 by 21. And I'm just going to fold it and lay it over here and start on some more. Grab me two. Beverly says, Ellen, did you finish your Harley Davidson quilt? I sure did, but I got to take it to the print shop where I'm gonna get it my Harley Davidson stuff put on. And I was thinking before I go that I could get I could do it like an embroidery. I hadn't thought about I could do it in embroidery, like design my own writing and letters for it and cut it out in fabric and use some of that what that is, stick glue, that washable stick glue, and glue them down to the top where I want them at, and then take it in and have them to embroider around all the edges of the letters and stuff. And I'm like, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I just probably just gonna let them print it like a t-shirt. Cause y'all knowing me, I've been a cutter, I've been a did up a pattern for it. I've been a did my own pattern for it. I be wanting stuff so bad till I just fix it up. If it stay on my mind too long and I dream about it, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can hear a little voice just say, do it this way. I supposed to have took it out. I haven't took it out yet, but I'm gonna go and get it out and get it ready because I'm gonna take it to this print shop. Unless I decided it stay on my mind too much about go ahead and do the big print, like a banner size thing that said Harley Davidson and use the glue and stuff to get it like I want it. That would look incredible. The red will be red, the black will be black. But I have some beautiful pictures too that I've been saving, and they just all too cute to not have all of them on one quilt. I have a notification blocking my view again. Okay, Beverly says, pretty, love the AkA colors. Thank you, Beverly. I had a friend or somebody had asked me about a quilt in this color. And I thought about, she wasn't the first person that asked me about this. So I decided I would go and make one, just go and make one. I mean, you can do a postage stamp quilt any color you choose to do it in, and then turn around and add on it what you want on it. For instance, say you do one, let's say in black and white, and say you got You got a solid white and a floor white and a solid black and a floor black. You still break them down where it be solid black, solid white, floor black, floor white. So you keep it in the black and white line theme. And when you get through doing it all over the bed and say you want to go back and put something on it, and say you drew out something like maybe say I love you, some simple words, I love you, and you can take some parchment paper and tape it together, and you can draw that same I out and all the letters, draw them out, and then when you pin it to your fabric, cut two. Always cut two. And when you cut two, you sew them together around the edges of all of them. And then you take the back piece and put a slit in it where you could turn it so the raw edges won't be showing. You turn it to the right side. And once you take your time, get it all turned out and all the curves and points pushed out right, you can starch them, iron them real good, and then you can start applying them in places where you want them to lay. And as you get them into the spot where you want them to lay, you take that washable Elmer's glue, the glue stick, and you rub it on the back, in a certain section, rub it real good. And when you lay it down, if it's in spot, you take your iron and set your iron on there. That way you won't have no just glue laying about waiting to dry. And you get them all set in place like that till you have what you want. Because I know a lot of people that can draw. You can take Peppa Pigs, Hello Kitty. You can take a cat. You can Tom and Jerry and make a quilt out of it. You can take Mickey Mouse and make a quilt out of it. I mean, this by you drawing your own work. You can draw your own work, or you can go to one of their website where they even sell, they sell certain cutouts, like when you making t-shirts and stuff, you can purchase them like that too as well. Like my daughter made this shirt here for me that said Campbell's Creation, and she got the thread and the scissors on it. She have software or something with a company she go to and purchase their software to make these, download them on her computer, and that's the same way. It's the same way. But when it comes to people that know how to draw already, if you can draw it out, that's skills right there. Those are some mighty, mighty good skills. And let me let you know now, if you're drawing it out like that, I wouldn't advise you to sell it if you're drawing it like that. But they do make some nice gifts. Like if you're doing it for a family member or a friend. I have made all of my daughters but one a quilt. And it been on my mind. She don't know it though, but I'm going to have to make her one. I want all of my children to have at least one good quilt from me. Beverly says, Ellen, okay, I read that one. Wait a minute, she said, Ellen, did you finish your Harley Davidson quilt? I finished the top, but I haven't got my print work put on it yet. Beverly says, pretty, love the AKA colors. I said, thank you. And Beverly saying, my nieces, one is a Delta and the other AKA sorority. Very proud of them. Oh, that's so sweet. Beverly says, that sounds interesting. Nice t-shirt. Well, thank you, Beverly. My daughter made this shirt. She makes shirts and sells them. And my most favorite shirt she made me, y'all have seen me wore it a lot, is the one that says, all I need is a cup of coffee and a little more Jesus. I really like that shirt. A cup of coffee and a little more Jesus. I need a little more Jesus. I need a little more Jesus to help me along the way. Mmm. Ah. Mmm. Ah. I need a little more Jesus. I need a little more Jesus to help me along the way. Don't sound too good today. My sinuses got me. Colleen clapping. She liked the singing. Thank you, Colleen. I was singing at the church earlier today. Some little kids was in there hollering, and I was like, oh my God. I got to the point that I couldn't take that hollering no more. So I was always told, if you can't beat them, if you can't beat them, join them. So they was hollering and I was singing. Probably was a nuisance, I don't know, but I enjoyed it. It kind of helped calm everybody down. I have to check these ends to make sure I flip these strips. That goes something. You hear people flip the strip. I'm actually flipping in the script. And it ain't in a movie or a play. I really love these Juki sewing machines, y'all. Love. If I had the ability, I would get that industrial one. Long as it said Juki, I'll be grinning from ear to ear like, y'all be seeing all my bad teeth. Oh my goodness. My motor was still going. Oh, it's time for you a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna have to take my machine to get it some TLC. I got all these sewing machines, y'all. I had about 10 already. Then I done found 2 more. I'm gonna take them all in to see the machine doctor. Cause I got to find the perfect one that gonna fit on that little cutie frame for me. I'm ready to quilt on that cutie frame, and so far, this machine says no. So I don't know what's up with this. It don't want to act right. And I guess I should have started I need to start me a little savings or something, or try to raise me some funds to get a machine that I know will work on it. I could put that machine on the long arm frame that I have. I don't have the machine, but I have a frame. I have a wooden Hindenburg frame, which I like the frame. It's a good frame. Whatever I'm doing, I can lock it in place. And I think all of them has that lock, but I like this frame. I'm running my mouth and I'm putting my stylus away. I got to have that to protect these fingers. I don't want these seams to flip over on me. Then I have flip seams. Or should I say I have a flip Wilson? Let me quit. I have a seam ripper in my hand trying to unsew that flip. Ooh, wait. Hey, don't go. That's the only problem I have about sewing these seams when they're going up in the opposite direction is to keep them laying flat. And while you holding them down, trying to keep them laying flat, you got to pay attention to this 1/4 inch seam allowance. If I haven't stressed to y'all enough, this seam allowance is a must in order for it to turn out right. You want it to come out right, watch that seam allowance. In the beginning, I started sewing when I was young, about 8 years old with my mom. But the things I learned under my mom is not the things I learned for nowadays. And I stress to y'all, I knew when we were quilting, we was using a small seam, but I had no idea that it was a 1/4 inch seam. But now I'm grown and I understand the measurements. I mean, if you're going to follow a pattern, you got to use that seam allowance or your quilt, your block, whatever you're working on, going to be off. It's going to be completely off. And I'm not ashamed to tell nobody that, I'm learning every day. I'm learning something different, something new, something mostly relating to quilting. And I'm proud that I can learn something new because I don't know everything. I'm learning even with the iron process and ironing of your fabric and stuff that you don't just iron the block, you just set it on it, let the heat go in. And I'm really considering and thinking about getting that heat press. Not for the t-shirts heat press. I want the heat press like the ironing board thing heat press. I think that'll work wonders. And when I make my own starch, spray my stuff down with my own starch and put it under there and press it, I think I'll move a whole lot faster, get a whole lot more done. Alternating these colors back and forward. I was thinking, when I get through with this quilt and get it together, I was really thinking about doing me a black and white quilt. I never done a black and white. And I was thinking about using the 2.5 inch blocks. And I was also thinking about using a 5-inch block. Beverly said, sing, amen. Beverly said, I use 1/4 inch foot. I have one of those too, Beverly. I just don't have it on this time because I had to take my machine apart, and I just put on, it kind of reminds you of the zipper foot, that small foot you use for putting on zippers. It reminds, I put that foot on to use and to make sure it was sewing and stuff okay. Colleen said, I just want to bring you all the time for all your, what? I just want to hug you all the time for all your tidbits of info. Oh, you're welcome, Colleen. You're welcome. Your hugs received. You know, that's why I said all of us as quilters should be able to collab together and come up with different things and different ideas. Like if someone interested in doing a certain project or something, or even for us entering into a contest. Somebody might have a better idea than the idea you have. So, you know, I'm finding, it's important to collab with your fellow quilters, your friend. I call y'all my family, so why not? I appreciate the ideas y'all have and come up with. I have so many quilting channels that I be watching and viewing. Sometimes I don't have a chance to comment on all of them. I just go in and watch so I know I can take in that knowledge. I be telling others, a lot of people throw away all their old quilts and stuff because the dog got on it and tore it up or something. But I'm not finna throw it away. Even though the dog might have got a hold to it, I'm going to get that quilt and I'm going to patch that quilt. And I tell y'all can start patching too because it's easy. Just say you got a quilt this color made like this. All you do is buy the same fabric and make a block that gonna cover the area that got damaged. And here's what you do. Once you get your block big enough, you take that block and cut out a lining to it. When you get that lining cut out, you're gonna take your washable Elmer's glue and you're gonna flip it to the wrong side and you're gonna rub a little of that Elmer glue on that edge and you're gonna fold that edge over about 1/4 inch. You're gonna fold it like that. And with that glue, you set that iron on it. That glue gonna hold it there. Once you get all your bad edges covered like that, you can take that same fabric and lay it over that hole and pin it down where when you start sewing with your machine, everything you wanted sewed gonna be sewed. But don't go too fast. Remember, when you do it to the front, you got to have that lining in the back, and you can put your extra batting under your quilt top, just like you got it on the quilting frame, sandwich up, ready to quilt. You still got to put that batting back there. That way it won't be just an empty hole covered. It'll be repairing the quilt. Once you get it pinned down all good in the spots, you take your time and put that quilt under your needle, and you're going to sew close to that edge. Close to the edge. That edge you folded under, you want to sew close to it because remember, you're going to have 1/4 inch turned down like this. I don't know if y'all can see that. And you want your stitches to catch that as you go. Whether it's a circle or a square, you just continue, take your time and sew. Leave all your pins on the inside because you're not finna quilt it just that moment. You keep it there to stabilize everything and just get it sewed. And when you have to pivot at your corners, go ahead and pivot them and sew your patchwork on down. You have to do that for the front and the back. That backing part is the lining. You want to make sure you glued that down with that washable Elmer's glue. I get the stick, or you can get the liquid. It don't matter when you got an iron. When you put a little under there and you turn that edge over and you set that iron on there, that glue gonna dry. Ain't nothing going anywhere. Even if you feel like you want to quilt it, put it together and you don't want it to move, you can take that folded edge and put more of that Elmer's glue under there and set that iron on top of it. It gonna fuse it together just like 505 or something. That 505 basting spray, it'll hold it there. It's not gonna move. Then you could take all your pins out. Ain't nothing gonna move. You do the front like that, the batting in the back. So ain't nothing gonna move, nothing going nowhere. And once you done doing all that, then you can put your quilt in the machine and wash it. And that by being washable, Elmer's glue is just gonna come out. It'll wash out. I love Elmer's glue, y'all. I used to see that stuff on sale, and I used to buy it by the cases. I used to go in the stores when before school started, and if I find some, it'd be a quarter or a dime. Remember, Walmart had a bag selling it for a dime. I said, I can't buy enough. I can get all they got if I had the money. You can use that Elmer's glue in quilting, but make sure it's washable Elmer's glue. You don't want to put just plain regular Elmer's glue in your quilts. Use the washable kind. Hi Patty, so glad you could join us. How you doing? Patty said, if a dog got a hold of one of mine and chewed it up, I'll cut it down and make a did that say sling bag? Sling bag, fabric journal, needle book, mug rug, and pen cushion, and more. No waste here. I hear that, Patty. That's a good idea, too. Won't nothing go to waste. James says, stepped it away a little bit, but I'm back now. Welcome back, James. Beverly says, I have used Elmer's glue. Love it. I love it too. I love it. My children thought I was crazy. I was buying so much Elmer's glue. And remind y'all, I was living in Mississippi at this time when I discovered Elmer's glue, and I was buying it so much that my baby said, Mama, leave some glue for the children. I said, this is on sale. Is they in here to buy some? Y'all excuse me. If somebody's standing right there and want to buy some and I done took it all, I will give them some to buy. Now, that's just no more than right. I give them some to buy. But if nobody there to buy any, and it's just all in bunches of piles and stuff, oh, I'm buying me some glue. Gotta have that glue. Ooh. Excuse me, let me mute y'all a minute. My sinus giving me the blues. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. My sinuses. Whew. Ever since it seemed like it was getting spring and I guess a little pollen might have started to fly, my sinuses have been ridiculous. Colleen said, I just used the last of my Elmer's on my design board, binding him. Need to get some more. That's some good stuff, Colleen. I need to get some too because I had a lot of it that I brought from Mississippi with me. Now I'm out. I need to get some more. Patty says, back to school sales are a quilter's best friend. It sure is. It sure is. I like having back to school sales. And you know what else? I just realized I have some composition tablets. When Walmart was doing this sale, it's one of these stores. I'm not sure if it was Walmart or where, but my nieces bought like 2 boxes of composition tablets. And she brought them to me, asking me, can I use them? I said, I sure can. I always practice my designs with pencils. As I be drawing, like I've been trying to practice the feather design. And I even draw out other certain designs and stuff. I have this quilt. I was working on a string quilt with the, I thought I was going to finish it for February, but it got the little afro lady with the afro hair. I didn't get to finish it, but I got to finish that one. And I guess before I start that black and white quilt, I need to finish that. I made string blocks and then I put on the little lady. Oh my goodness. I'm talking and all off track. I'm going to need to sing ripper. I want to get it done. I have a lot of stuff I done started and ain't even finished. I have a quilt that I started working on when I was in Mississippi and I ain't finished that. And I want to get that done. Oh, hi, Memoir of a Long Arm Quilter. How you doing? I'm so glad you could join us. Okay. It's good to see you. Everybody's speaking. Okay. We were just sitting here. I'm sewing and we talking about how good Elmer's washable Elmer's glue is. It's a good product you can use. It's a good product you can even use as a basting spray. But when I go into using Elmer's glue as a basin, I add a little water, a little extra water in. And set that iron on it, it gonna hold. And I have so many quilt tops I got to get done and out. And I'm still sewing. I got the 4-star general. I have 2 quilts I'm making of that in different colors. And I really want to get those done. And when I start quilting on them, I want to take my time. If I got to push them on this machine here, I want to take my time and do them the best, better than I can do it, if I can do it. I mean, it's okay to go to the long armor. I do have a place I can go, but I have to go all the way to Mississippi. I always go to, is it called the Stitching Frame in Vicksburg, Mississippi? I go down there and take my quilts for me. I rent the machine for the whole day. Rent it. I need to take me a stool to prop on. Get the work done. I got 21 strips to put together. I got enough to do, should be enough to do all of my blocks, I'm hoping. If I don't, then I'm gonna have to go out and get some more fabric. I already have some yellow. I just need a little bit more of this green and this pink. Ooh, I'm just back stitching. James says, I probably have over, oh my goodness, these notifications. James says, I probably have over 30 projects that I want to make. Just haven't been able to do them all yet. I understand, James. I'm in the same boat you are. I have about, I know I have at least 20 quilt tops that I need to get sewn up. I have about 5, maybe 7 or 8 other projects that I could sew up to make another quilt with. It's just a lot. I have a lot of ideas be going through my head. If I don't write them down, I'll forget them. But it's a lot. Patty says, oh, she's talking to Colleen. Okay. Stephanie says, one project at a time, Jane. I know, right? She said, Ellen, how are 4-star general blocks coming along? They is not coming along. After I wasn't able to go on the trip, I stopped sewing on it. But I'm going to have to pull them out and complete those projects. And before I can just go start another one, I got to complete these. I mean, they're beautiful quilts and beautiful blocks. I just love them. I have so many ideas just be running through my head. Like that block I showed y'all I did with the chrome blocks with the star. I want to make a whole quilt like that. And to make a whole quilt like that, I had been chrome piecing little by little, and I put all my little blocks in a special container for the crumbs. Then I have the strips. I was doing foundation strip block piecing. I want to finish that. That's supposed to be a whole full quilt, but the way I was doing those, I was going to embroider this Afro lady on the top of them. And most of the color in it is red and pink and a little white, Valentine's Day color, the month of February. And I don't want to give that up. I got to finish that as well. Hi, Nancy. How you doing? Glad you could join us. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, I have 2 mods with us now, y'all. I'm glad to have y'all. I try to share my ideas and stuff that I find out and learn how to do, because some of these technique is just simple. Simple, and you can take it and fix things and change stuff around and, work on your projects to get them showroom ready. And I love showroom quilting, y'all. I love showroom quilting. I'm at a stage in my life where I feel like I want all of my quilts showroom quilted. Even if it's just something a stash buster where I put together fat quarters, I want it showroom quilted. And I want to learn how to do showroom quilting. So I might start looking for me a class, showroom quilting class. I mean, I'm willing. This is what I want to do. So if I got to pay to get it, better look out, somebody. I want it. I'm trying to push this seam to the right. Yeah. I sit down and took my time and cut all these strips, trying to make sure I don't make a mistake. Mistakes is so easy to make when you cutting these strips too. I was looking for my Martelli cutter. I can't find that thing nowhere. And I thought I had put it in my purse. I look in my purse, it ain't in my purse. I said, now this is the last thing in the world I want to lose. I need to find it. I'm going to turn this house upside down, I guess. I'm finding my Martelli. That thing helps my wrist. It do that, I tell you that. It will help your wrist. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to miss anyone message or comment. But this is a project that I've been waiting to get done with. I should have been done, but I had a few days where I just couldn't bear the pain. And my back pain and my issue is my lower lumbar. I have like L4 and L5 or something like that. It's dislocated or something. And my disc has degenerated. Right now it's bone on bone, but by the grace of God, I still get through. I have good days, I have bad days. But my mom had that degenerative disc disease as well, so I know where it comes from. And when I was younger, my younger days, I didn't do mostly what the women did in the house. I always went outside, did yard work. I would always help my brother. Even if it was mechanically, if he had to do work on the truck, I was under that truck with him. Before it get real cold, I was the one going to the woods with him. They would cut wood and we would load it on a trailer, and we had 2 tractors. We had an International, one of those old antique Internationals that everybody like nowadays. We had one of those and one of those little gray Ford tractors. And either I'm on the Ford or my brother on the Ford, and one pulling the other one. Because when we would go to the woods, it'll be wet and we didn't want to get stuck. So one tractor would go in the wood to hook to the trailer once we get it full of wood, and the other tractor would help pull the other tractor out, and we got all the wood on the yard like that. Sometimes we had to carry the batteries and stuff, and my brother was like, he was hurting. My brother actually had an accident where he fell off a moving truck, the back of the pickup truck, and it messed with his back. So a lot of time he was hurting and asked me to carry the battery, and I'll carry the battery for him. And we was carrying it in some great distance because we had to come up to the house, and then we had to go back to the woods area where we had the woods and stuff. And I enjoyed that, coming to think of it now, because my mama had 9 children. We all played with each other. Sometimes we had ideas and stuff that was fun. Sometimes they was dangerous. I mean, I got hurt one time on my foot playing on a cotton trailer. You know how they have those cotton trailers where you can they tore it down to the frame where just to tie the A-frame of a trailer. And us as kids was just playing with that trailer, pushing it up and down the rock road. I mean, as I think about it now, it's funny. I can laugh. But yes, that trailer ran over my foot, and my foot was all scarred up from the gravel. I had to go in the house, let them pick the rocks out of my meat, my skin, and soak my foot and wash my foot and clean it up so it don't get infected. Whew. Country kids just did a whole lot of stuff. As growing up as a little girl, I'm the one that would climb the tree and swing and jump out of the tree. We had a lot of fun on our own. We even had rattlesnakes in the area where we see a snake, we all running, and then we go back up to the snake and kill the snake. That snake wasn't taking over where we was. Ooh, I got a notification blocking my view. Oh, Stephanie, yes. Encouraging. That is so encouraging. Stay focused, James. We all is promoting and rooting you on. We all here for you too. If you just need to talk about anything quilting that help take your mind off a lot of stuff sometimes. I can remember when I was going through. And when I say going through, I was going through, because at that point I was married, but I felt like I wasn't married. And the things that was said and come out of other people's mouth, it can hurt you so bad to seem like it scar you for the rest of your life. But I thank God I'm not scarred. I'm able to still stand. I was always told those things that don't kill you will make you stronger. And I believe it. I truly believe it. Whoever said that or came up with that cliche, they was on the money. I done lost. Here they is. I was looking for those little snips and couldn't find them. Okay, I got that new bobbin in. I done did all this sewing, thought I was through, but I ran out of thread. I'm trying to at least get 2 of these blocks done with y'all. And my bobbin ran out. I changed my bobbin. And I have 21 of these to sew. I try to keep them the same size. Oh my goodness. Colleen laughed. I always believe it where I was. It jumped at Miss Ellen. I think it's her personality keep me in line. Oh, I love you too, Colleen. Karen Tone can work miracles. Yes, they can. James, we know you're going to come on with this book. We're going to be rooting for you, James. Hi, Nancy. Nancy. Oh, she talking to Colleen. Okay. James said, I never thought about it before or that I would ever design quilts. But now that I have, I'd like to maybe publish 2 books or so. Go for it, James. Go for it. Go for it. I'm gonna be looking for your first book. I'm gonna be looking for it. You get them published, they might hit Amazon. A lot of us love us some Amazon. I know I do. That's where you can stay at home and purchase what you need and they bring it to your door. Yes, she is. James said, thank you, Miss Ellen and Nancy. You welcome, James, anytime. If you welcome to call me if you just need to chat or, if anything I can help you with about quilting or anything, I'll be happy to help. Quilting is therapy for me anyway. Just great therapy. And it don't cost but what we spend on fabric. I always try to prep some of my fabric as I get it. Sometime I buy that I received, someone gave to me. I go ahead and cut it up because they just small little pieces. And I always put my colors with colors, and I even said I want to do a blue quilt. But before I can get into making all these different kind of quilts, I got to finish some of these. I already got half done. And so far, I can see myself moving on up. UFO done. More notification. Hi, Cynthia. How you doing? She said, you can reserve a few copies for me. I'll buy. He can reserve a couple for me too as well, Cynthia. I know I'll buy it. James, I will keep that in mind, Miss Ellen. And you can believe I'll be taking you up on your offer. Okay, James. Nancy says I don't know if that's right. And if you get real, thrifty. Oh, yes. Nancy, I love thrift stores. I'm going to tell you, I really do. I always have thoughts, I think about stuff, and if it just stick with me and won't let go, I go to dreaming about it and stuff. But I love to go in them thrift stores, especially Goodwill. You have certain Goodwills that sell you clothes by the pound. It's one in Indiana that sells clothes by the pound. And I went in there and I was looking for all large side blue jeans. And I bought like maybe $30 worth of blue jeans, and I had a whole lot of blue jeans. I had to come home, wash those blue jeans, and once I washed them, I brought them home and cut them up. Now, everybody just go for cutting the legs, but the way I did mine was I cut in between the legs and go out to the belt. And once you cut it like that, you can just take it apart to make it work for you. Some of them have the cloth pockets inside you have to watch and be careful with. But I like using used jeans, and I want to get me some cotton rod too, fabric, so I can make a cotton rod quilt and maybe embroider something on top of it. But those be good. I don't have an embroidery machine. I do my embroideries using a zigzag. And since my zigzag machine is down, been down a good while too, y'all, I need to take it to the shop. That's my senior 2404. I love that machine. My daughter bought me that machine for a Christmas present, a birthday present or something. It was a gift. That's been a good machine. And ask me how many years ago that was. Been a long time. I was so happy. We had just went through a house fire when our house had burnt down, and all our stuff was still inside. My sewing machines and everything I was working on had sold, my fabric, everything got burnt up. And my daughter looked at me and said, "Mama, you don't look right." She said, "That's all right. I got something. I just got to get it." I said, "You got something like what?" She said, "I found something for you on," what that paper called? Trade Wind, the Trade Wind. I said, "You found something for me in the Trade Wind?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "Don't plan nothing for Saturday, because I'm going to take you to get it." When we wind up going to Grenada, Mississippi, to get that sewing machine. I was so happy. That machine made me so happy. I mean, I had a way to occupy my time. I had a way to think over stuff and calm down, not think rational. Sewing helps me with that. Sewing helps me on making a lot of my final decisions. It really do. Let me check my messages. I don't want to miss nobody. I'm getting these notifications popping up though. Nancy said, "Oh, Miss Ellen, so sorry. It's okay. When my home burned down back then, it actually was my mother's house that burnt down. But I was staying with my mother at that time because she needed somebody with her to help her to stay on schedule with her medication and doctor's appointments and different stuff like that. And I did it. And when the house burnt down, I moved into the next house, and she came right along with us. My mother was so sweet, y'all. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. It's all right. It's all right now. I can talk about it. I can laugh about it. But when it first happened, it was devastating. All the peoples in the neighborhood knew our house had burnt down, and I only had one person out of the whole community that came to the next house to see was we okay, was we hungry, did we need something to eat or anything. And that person went bought each and every person in the house a plate of hot cooked food. I never forget him for that. It was a blessing. We was hungry because I had made grocery, put all my grocery in the deep freezer and everything. I try to make sure I keep food in the house. And I was getting those food stamps back then. And when you getting food stamps, you gotta feed your children. And I always try to make sure I had that food in the house to feed my kids. And when the house burnt down, it just threw me for a loop. I was like, didn't know what to do, didn't know who to ask for help. But just so happened, as time went by slowly, we started getting help receiving a little help on things that we needed. Because at this point, can y'all imagine being in the world living and you don't have changing underwears? Can you imagine not having food to eat? Can you imagine not having water to drink? Just can y'all imagine that? You have just lost everything you ever owned. Didn't save nothing, not even a straw. It's rough. It is rough. So if y'all know anybody going through something like that, check on them. Please check on them. I know you might think they say you're a stranger, but you is a stranger to them if you don't know them. But just check on them. Showing them a little love and a little attention, letting them know that you care. That'll touch their heart. They'll never, ever forget you long as they live. Hi, is that Lana? Miss Price? How you doing? Glad you could join us. Yes, sewing and quilting can be healing, Stephanie. It is. And when my daughter got me that 2404 senior, that was a healing for me. Hi, Vivian. Glad you could join me. Join us all. She said, hi, Ellen. How you doing? Colleen said, I can't, Miss Ellen. It's heartbreaking. My sister's house burnt down a few years back. Gave her everything I could, even some makeup. Small things make a big difference. It do when you lost everything. It sure do. It sure do. And come to think about it, it was a lady. I had went to the store with my sister-in-law because I was feeling so down, and she just took us to the store and she met one of her friends, and she said, I'm just trying to pick their spirit up a little bit because they just lost everything. Their house burnt down. And the lady was so kind. She gave us $20. And when I looked at my girls, I said, y'all know what? We got a little food at the house. Let's get us some underwears with this $20. We went and got some underwears. I mean, I was happy to get that little old $20, y'all. I was very happy. It's rough. Nancy says, no, my sister-in-law lost her home. Landlord had to have the house, so she and her family is staying with her husband's sister. And we have tried to find a home, but there isn't anything. It is a housing shortage, Nancy. It's a housing shortage because the reason I'm up here now is because when I was in Mississippi, my home got flooded. And when it got flooded, we had to find somewhere else to stay. And we found the house that was very decent and everything, but the rent on the house was like $1,000 a month. So me and my daughter had to collab together to have enough money to pay the rent every month. And things was coming down to a boil, and we was at the point to where we knew we wouldn't be able to stay in that house. Had to move, find somewhere to go, because I didn't have enough money to do repairs to my home. I didn't have enough funds to do the repairs to my home, so she was outdoors, and they didn't give her anything, and she had 2 babies. And I told her, I can't allow my babies to be outdoors. I'm like, if they had gave me enough funds to repair my house, we could have all went back to my house together. I said, since they didn't, let's find somewhere. Let's rent something, where we can afford to pay the rent. And that's how I wound up in Indiana. Came to Indiana, and, it still struggles. I didn't know the utilities would be so expensive in the city. And when you get those light bills, it's $500, your gas bill, $300. You're like, this more than I can afford. So that's why I be telling y'all, I got to get me a school bus. And I feel like I could design that school bus out to work to what I need. Even though I have a therapy of sewing, I can still sew on that school bus. It'll cut down all these bills. My expense will change. I know how to operate a wooden heater. Matter of fact, I own a wooden stove, but it's pretty big, so I wouldn't put that big one on there. I know how to bust wood. I know how to cut wood with a chainsaw. I know how to run a chainsaw. I know how to take this chainsaw loose to tighten up the chain on the blade. I know how to put the oil in it. I know how to click over the switch, prime it up, and pull that crank to crank it. I don't know how long I'll be able to do it, but a lot of these gas stations have bundles you can buy for like, $7? Push come to a shove. But I also know some guys in Mississippi that could cut me a cord or a load of wood that I can chop up or pay somebody to bust it up and just stack it all on the bus somewhere. I mean, I have thought about all this stuff, and I do believe that would be my better choice. Nancy. Thank you, James. I know. I'll be praying for you too, Nancy, that y'all find a home for your sister. It's bad, when you can't find one. Something is going to come through. Something is going to come through. And you know what else y'all can do too? I don't know how interested y'all would be in a fifth wheel for them. But some of those fifth wheels are very big. And if somebody owns a house or property, that's something, something better than nothing. I still be praying for y'all, Nancy. She will find something. God's got a blessing with her name on it. Oh, God got a blessing with her name on it. Yes, Lord. I ain't tell y'all the good part. When I was looking for a home behind the flood, the first time it flooded, I found a house. And the rent wasn't bad. It was like $250 a month. Amen, Lona. Yes. When I found a house once, I was flooded out. I think that was during the Hurricane Katrina with the flooding and stuff. I found a house for $250 a month. I rented the house. Me and my daughter and grandbaby moved in the house and stuff. Everything was good till it started raining. It started raining, honey, and the water was coming in on my head. I woke up out of my sleep like, what's falling on me? The roof was leaking. I said, oh my goodness. I done moved in the house where it's raining on me. That got to happening. It got me to moving too. I'm like, look, if I got to stay in a house with it raining on top of my head, I might as well go back to my house. Well, I did go back to my house. I went down there and did a lot of the work myself. And plus, it was a guy was claiming he was a contractor, licensed and bonded. He did a little work. I paid him. And come to find out, he wasn't what he said he was. So he had to go. He couldn't finish the job. And I stayed in the house for a while like that, and I kept reaching out and crying for help till FEMA came back in, and they paid this licensed contractor person to repair my home. I was so happy. Once it was repaired, I said, Lord, please don't let another flood come and destroy my house. Please, please, please. Flood came anyway. And I kept wondering, like, you know what? God don't let nothing happen just for no reason at all. This is happening for a reason. But anyway, we couldn't find a house to stay in that was decent because I refused to just stay in anything. I'm like, I got to leave what I'm used to and go to a rat den? No. I couldn't do that because snakes like rats. And I'm not volunteering to be snake food. Oh, I've been just a talking down. I don't remember what time. Yes, Colleen, leaky roof. I can't deal with that. I'm like, I don't have money to just play with. When I was in my own house, I had a brand new roof on my house. The roof had been fixed, new shingles, everything. And then I was coming to another house that the roof was leaking in. I was like, I can't go back to doing that. I had got too old. I can't climb up no ladder to go fix somebody else's roof. I mean, I just couldn't do it. My girls wasn't going to let me do it no way. Colleen says, took us 10 years to find a house to buy. God provides the perfect one in his own time. And we love it. Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. I did find a place here in Indiana that if I was in a situation to where I could purchase it, I would have purchased it. But it wasn't a house. It was more like a school. It was a school. Excuse me, y'all. I'm getting choked. Ooh, where that? Let me mute y'all. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My sinuses is crazy. As they say, cray cray. It don't have no sympathy for me. Um, I found a building here in the city for sale. I don't know how much it is because I didn't even follow up on the request. It's not too large. It was like a small school building, and it was perfect for sewing and teaching quilt classes out of. And I checked my credit score and I said, oh my goodness, this ain't even, nah. I said, I can't fool with nobody talking about buying nothing with a credit score look like this. But it would have been the perfect place. I could have had a little cafeteria in there, and I could have had a room for just sewing, like a galley for just sewing and quilting. I would have had wall space for hanging up show quilts and stuff, putting them on display. I would have had different classrooms where I could have had the young people, like teenagers and stuff, come in. Just whoever wanted to learn how to sew and quilt, they could have came and did a class for free. All I would have to do is just keep a roster, on who is where doing what. But I had that vision, and then I had to release that vision because my credit score said, nope, ain't happening. Not right now. Y'all excuse me, I have another notification. Uh, okay. It's a beautiful thing when a person have their own home. It is. It's a beautiful thing. James, I've been keeping you in my prayers too. I don't know, have you seen? I had been tagging you in the flyer that I post when it was prayer time, but we are getting ready to do something a little bit different after Friday. After Friday, we going into a restoration, revitalization rest. We'll still be praying in our own time, in our own space, but we will be doing a rest from the prayer line after Friday. I continue to keep you in my prayers. Okay, let's see. Oh, We got about 8 more to go. Before I've been finished 2 of these. Y'all see it takes some good time to put these together. But once you're done, they are so pretty. And whoever looks at them know it takes some time to do these little old tiny blocks. But I just love doing them like this because it's faster than putting them piece by piece by piece together. And I have done one piece by piece by piece, making smaller strip sets by putting 1.5 inch blocks together, block by block. Took me over a year. That's all I'm doing, working on this postage stamp. When I get all my blocks made like this, I will starch them down and let them dry. Rinse it through some starch. Let it dry, and then once they dry, I will take the iron and set the iron on it. When I flip them, the way I flip them, it helped the seams nest. So I like that too, that all the seams are nesting. Let me check. Hello, Dora Camarina, how you doing? Glad to see you in the chat. Yes, you did catch me. Okay. Colleen said, I have to go. My back is causing a headache, but I will finish watching later. Okay, I hope your back feel better too, Colleen. I'll be praying for your back for a complete healing, restoration, because I know God is able. I know he can do it. We have to trust and believe in him, and I take him at his words, his own words. If he said you trust and believe, then we will receive. Don't give up. Yes, Lord. Don't give up yet. Hold on. You can be next. There's a blessing in this place. Is it's waiting just for you? Can I be next in line? 'Cause I want my blessings too. You have to trust and believe. Have faith, you will receive. Don't give up yet. Hold on, and you can be next. I like that song. I love to hear my oldest daughter sing it to me too. Let's see. There is joy It is waiting just for you. Cause I want my joy too. There is joy in this house. It is waiting just for you. Can I be next in line? Cause I want my joy too. You have to trust and believe. Have faith you will receive. Don't give up yet. Hold on and you can be next. I like this song. I better stop singing it because I think one time I was singing it and I was singing it in my sleep. I was singing it in my driving. Everywhere I did, I was singing that song. Couldn't get it out of my head. Oh, I love that song too. Once I get singing it, I just be singing it everywhere. Nancy says she felt the Holy Spirit. Oh, hallelujah. Give God all the praise. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Our Creator is just so magnificent. He created us, and then we in turn turn around and create and fix different stuff up. Can you just imagine how good God is? So I believe in his power. I believe in his healing. I believe in his words, his teaching. And I live by his commandments. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I strive to be. We all in the work of progress of trying to be perfect, trying to live right. According to the word. When I got grown and I was going to church, y'all know, I started getting real hungry and thirsty for the word of God. Like, God, what are we really supposed to be learning and studying here? I used to pray and cry and pray and cry and talk to God about it until it came across my path. It's in the book of Acts. I think it's the 2nd chapter. It tells us that we're supposed to be learning and reading and studying the apostle documents. When I read that, I said, well, here it is in the Bible, in the book. Here it is. I was like, it tells us that we're supposed to be reading and studying the apostle documents. And a lot of people, you go along and ask them, what religion you in or what Christianity you studying or religion you in. And they will tell you a lot of different people have a lot of different things going on. But long as they honor the apostle documents, they doing what they supposed to do. I don't remember the exact scripture, but I know it's in the book of Acts, chapter 2. Because I started off reading the 1st chapter of the book of Acts. I used to just sit down and pick a book every month and read the whole book. The Bible is the best story book you ever want to read, y'all. I'm telling y'all. It got love stories in there. It got disobedience in there. It got a lot of life's hard lessons in there. It even have in there about when Jesus was walking, which he walked all the way where he was going and doing this stuff, but he came up on some men that was what they call those, they were possessed, sort of like. And they knew who Jesus was right away. And they just started crying out, pleading to him like, oh, Jesus, don't kill us. Let us go into the swine. Wanted to go into the swines. And at some point, Jesus must have said, okay, you can go into the swine. But when they went into the swine ran off a cliff or something into some water and killed themselves because they were like, they couldn't live with that in them. I'm like, wow. It's all kind of stories in the Bible. All you have to do is just take your time and read. Take your time and read. A lot of time when people tell you to take your time and read the Bible, learn it for yourself, I mean, it's for real, y'all. You got to learn it for yourself. And everything you read and learn about it, you're going to see it again. You're going to hear it again. But when you know that you know that you know it, you got it for yourself. So anybody interested in looking up what I just told y'all is the book of Acts, chapter number 2. Read that whole chapter. You will find it. I done read the Bible, though, several times from the beginning to the end. James says, Miss Ellen, I sent you a picture of my newest quilt design on Instagram. Okay, I'll look for it, James. Thank you. Nancy said, yes, and to help each other and to lead the lost to him, let our light shine. Yes, it is, Nancy. That's exactly right. And you know, I can't remember exactly who said it now. Was it Moses, Jesus, somebody in the Bible? I remember reading where they said there's going to be a lot of souls lost. A lot of people going to follow the broad road when it's going to be the narrow road that saves them. And that's true. That is so true, because the stuff we're dealing with today in life, a lot of it is from the spiritual realm. And you can't fight what's in spirit yourself. The only battle you can do against that is pray. You pray and talk to God through Jesus Christ to help you through whatever situation that's going on with you. And by you praying and talking to God, keeping your communication with God, he dispatches his angels. Now, you know the angels can fight in the spirit, because God tells us the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. And when you think about it, fighting in the spirit is the Lord's. But we also have to be prepared by doing things here too, because he tells us to put on the full armor. Put on his full armor. What he wants us to do. And when I think about the full armor, I study everything I can find about the Bible. I even study the apostle documents. I study the Book of Mormon. They got stuff from the Bible that is not in the King James Version. They all of it ties in together. You can even find the Book of Enoch with the Mormons, and they have so many other kind of books. I mean, it's a lot to take in, but once you take it in, this is permanent embedded knowledge. I'm sorry to be going on talking about the Bible while I'm quilting though, but to let y'all know, God is real. It's time to get it right. The time to stop playing church. It's just time to get it right. That's all I can tell y'all. Leonard Price said, Ellen, we're studying that in Revelation right now. Wow. That is so awesome. Do y'all have Zoom studies? If you do, let me know. Get the information. Find me on Facebook or Instagram or something and share it with me, because I love going on Zoom, going into the studies and listening and stuff. I do that because sometimes my arthritis or my pain and stuff won't let me get out to go to church like I want to. Sometimes I have to just stay at home, sit it out. But while I'm at home, I'm still praying, I'm still praising, I'm still studying. Because Jesus have a lot of parables in the Bible. A lot of them. And sometimes different folks see it in different manners, or they interpret it, different ways. And a lot of time I like to hear their ways, their view. How did you interpret that? I mean, just to see, is it the same way I interpreted it? Because was it Jesus that said, lean not into your own understanding? I don't want it to just be deciding to use something on my understanding, because my comprehension might be off. I like being deep in the word. I sure thank y'all for talking it with me too and listening. Let me see how many strips I got. I have a notification pop up. I gotta move. Oh, she said no Zoom. Yes, Lord. Some the studies we've been talking about in the Bible, you know how they speaks about the meek and the humble, for how they would inherit certain things. Okay, I got 17 and I got to go to 21. That's 4 more strips. Let me get busy here. When I get these 4 strips, then I'm going to let y'all go, okay? I've been accomplished 2 of these blocks. Then I'm going to go in here and take me some Benadryl for my sinuses. And I hope it don't put me to sleep right away. That way I can go downstairs and fix me a plate of food. I'm glad I held that finger there. It kept me on my mark. That seam allowance, man. Ooh, that seam allowance. That's some sewing right there, y'all. It making me happy. I like the way this machine sew, but I truly want me that industrial juking machine. By goddess, I gotta get it. Help me, Lord. I know they are heavy, take up a lot of room and space, because they come with that table connected. Okay, I got 3 more to go after this one, right? 18. Yes, 3 more. I'm trying to move a little swift here, using this wooden press until I'm going to just immerse them in some starchy solution and let them dry. And once they dry, then I come back and set the hot iron on them. Okay. I'm not trying to ignore anybody comment. Let me check them, make sure right quick. Yes. I love sharing our love for the Lord. I love sharing too, Nancy. Beverly said, I love to hear you praise our Father. I love to praise him. I really do. Doris says, how much are the Juki machines, Ellen? It's all depending on where you get them at. You might can find one under $1,000, but they very expensive and they're good machines though. When I got mines, I kind of got mines on a finance deal, which it was a little over 1,000. This would be, I got 2 more to go, right? Mm-mm. 2 more to go. Hopefully I can get them all done by the weekend or so. Get them all done. Get them starched and pressed. So when I come back next Tuesday, live and nothing happen, I'm hoping and praying I can have them put together. Y'all know when I'm working on something. Even when I'm sick, I still work on it. I have to be so sick that I just probably need to be admitted to the hospital. That's the only way I won't work on it. This is so much therapy for me, though. I noticed here lately, the joint in my left hand in here started bothering me to where I almost couldn't touch it. I got that gout. And that too, God can heal. I be asking him, I thank him for all his blessings and everything he blessed me with and blessed me to come through. I thank him for all that. And a lot of time I be sitting up in here talking to him like somebody sitting right beside me. My children used to say, Mama, is you all right? You in here talking to yourself? I said, no, I ain't talking to myself. I can't heal myself. Why would I talk to myself? Nancy said, I sent you this past Sunday service from my church on Messenger. I hope it worked. Okay, thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it. I have experienced the fact that a lot of these pastors in ministries don't want their members to go out and attend nobody else's church. Which I find it a little troublesome, even though they say, well, you go to another church, they might can lead you wrong. But I'm like, if you already got the Holy Spirit and you're taking the Holy Spirit with you, when you step foot in, you will discern it for yourself. That's the power of operating in faith. You will know already. Even if something ain't right in there, you gonna know that too, because you can feel it. It's like a tension or something. Okay, I got 2 more, right? I done lost count, y'all. Ooh, I done lost it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm at 20. I got 1 more to go. I've been sewing, wasn't even keeping up. Running my mouth. I love to talk, don't it? When they talking about the man called Jesus, my brother, my family. Oh, I'll tell you something about the name Jesus. Something about the name Jesus. It's the sweetest name I know. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. It's the sweetest name I know. Yes, it is. Yes, it is the sweetest name I know. What he did for us out there on Calvary, woo, it's forever reign. When he said he got all power in his hand, he got it, y'all. He got it. One of the biggest parable I be hearing people say in church, the thing about look to the hill from which come your help. No, you don't look to no hill. You look to Jesus for your help. Because the hill can't help you none at all. And I don't actually see my Lord and Savior being a hill. A hill is a lump in the ground. He rose on that 3rd day, so I know he ain't that big lump in the ground. Ooh, yes. I finished another one, y'all. See on that end with all the raw edges on one end? I measured it and trim it up. Actually, how I do it is I can fold it. I fold it with the insides together. But I don't do none of this until after I have done soaked it, starch it up real good, and let it dry, and then set the iron on it so it can flatten everything out. And then when I fold it like this, everything gonna be nice and flat. So when I even this end up, even everything up, it's gonna be nice and flat. That way I get a decent square. I trim it off to the lowest point. Then I trim this in to make it smooth. And then I measure it out, and that'll be my block size. All right. I'll do some more later. I'm going to have to take a break now. I've been sitting here too long. And I'm going to have to let y'all go now. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you, Dora, everybody, Beverly, James, Nancy, Beverly. I said Beverly. Who am I forgetting? Sheila, everybody. I just thank all of y'all for joining me today. I thank y'all for keeping me company as I sew and show y'all and tell you a few tricks or something I use doing quilting and repairing and stuff. I thank y'all for being here listening. Y'all, my quilting family, I love y'all and I'm here. You need to talk to anybody about something, I'm here. Or if you just want prayer, I'm here. If we're friends on Facebook, you're welcome to call me through message. But before you call me, send me a text to let me know you're about to call me, because if you're not in my phone will read spam. It will read spam. Oh, have a blessed day, Ellen. I love y'all too. Thank you, James. Thank you. That would be all. Y'all have a blessed good afternoon. Bye now.